Hi, how's everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing well today and this week. I know I am. I'm enjoying all the warmer weather, a little less rain. Fingers crossed. Anyway, this week we're doing another theme. We are doing Spanish week. And we are starting off with chicken and shrimp paella. Let's get to it. It's time for another episode of Cooking with Kaitlin. That's me. Enjoy. Alright, so we're going to start by prepping our vegetables. So we got one onion, and then we got 2 tomatoes. We're going to nicely dice. Hang on, I'm going to get it peeled. Y'all know how to do that. Hang on. Alright. It's a large onion. I was not expecting such large onions at the moment. Don't know why. So we're just to kind of thinly slice and dice them. So we're working on that. Use just smaller onions. Like, this is the angle, but it's not quite what I mean. All right. So we're just getting them nice as much as we can. Okay, then once you get it like that, even if this is what you just got to do, that's what you do. Try to keep them on your cutting board, though. that's the goal. And you just get them as tiny as you're feeling. It's pretty good. So I'll finish up with the onions, then we'll check back. Alright, next up, we're going to be slicing and dicing 2 tomatoes. Alright. Then just going to get that little notch of it out. Almost. There we go. Doing that just like we did with the onions. So we're just chopping them, and I will finish up and check back then. Alright, so we're working on 2 stove tops. We're turning up our saucepan to about medium-high heat while we to get it started, then we'll turn it up a bit more. We're doing 3 cups of chicken stock in there. 1 cup of a white wine. It's a little drier. We're using Sauvignon Blanc for us, but a dry white wine. And then, open. There we go. I just want a little, about half a teaspoon of turmeric. That's what we want. And we're going to let that come up to a boil, and then we're going to let it simmer. And give a good stir to get that spice in there. Then in this one over here, alright, turning that to a medium heat. I'm going to pour in, a little thing that fell in there. I'm going to pour in 1/3 cup of olive oil. I guess I can, because that one's just simmering, so here we are on this one. 1/3 cup of olive oil. We're going to let that heat up, and we'll check back in a couple minutes. Alright, now that it's heating up, I'm going to add all our onion in. You can hear that sizzle. And we're just going to be giving it stirs until it cooks, becomes pretty translucent, like we've done many times for many other recipes. You can see most of it diced. There's all these little strands I never, like I think I've seen it all and then there's some, but they'll break up, they'll be fine. Alright, so we'll check back when these are a bit more cooked, in probably about 3 to 5 minutes depending. Getting more translucent. We'll just keep stirring them. Check back then. Alright, so that actually took closer to about 10 minutes. That's okay. It was a big onion. Now, I'm going to add in a couple tablespoons of garlic. You know us, we love our garlic. I'm going to put in those beautiful tomatoes we diced up. Give that a good stir. All these smells going. So good, so good. We're not done yet. Gonna add in a teaspoon of paprika. I might do just a dab more because it didn't seem like it was a full one like I thought it was. All right. And we're just gonna let those spices soak in, get nice aromatic, going for a few minutes. And then we will check back on the next step. Right, just realized I forgot to turn it back on when I did this. I had done just a basic chop of the chicken tenders and then placed them in here. So we're just gonna let them cook for a bit. So they're pretty much done. Might need a few of them to be chopped a little more, but that's fine. So just gonna do that. Then we'll move on to the next step and I will remember to turn it back on then. Alright, just going to add a little more salt. If you want to add a little more paprika right now, you can. It's up to you. If you want a little extra spice, but you don't have to. Now we're adding 2 cups of rice that we have rinsed. Just because you want to get some of that starchiness off. Sorry, getting it all out. Okay. All right, out we go, out we go. There we go. All right, we're gonna put this all over. And then, all our lovely simmering efforts there with the broth and the wine and the turmeric. I'm going in over our rice. Gonna just kind of stir it around, just make sure everything's got all the flavors. All right, and now we're gonna let the rice puff up. We're just going to leave it for 10 minutes, so we will check back in 10 minutes. All right, had about 10 minutes. Now we're going to place all our shrimp all around and let them cook up. And I have peeled all mine. They came deveined, thankfully. I will say the recipe indicated that you should not peel your shrimp to be authentic, but you have to peel them to eat them. I'd rather all the good flavor get into them while they're cooking instead of around the thing I'm going to have to peel off of them. To each their own. So just letting them pink up. And we'll flip them as they start to pink up. Oh, and I forgot to say, before we did the 10 minutes with the rice, we turned the heat down to a lower heat, like you're supposed to when you're cooking up rice. So it doesn't cook too fast. Alright, we'll check back when it's time to turn them, probably in about a minute. Alright, they're starting to pink up, so we're gonna just flip them best we can. Great, I'll check back after. Alright, took about 10-ish more minutes. We kind of let the rice finish cooking up fully too, while the shrimp all steamed. It got all nice and pink. But there it is. There's our chicken and shrimp paella. Buen provecho. See you later.